Hello, my name is Megan Bonkoski, and this presentation covers a food waste reduction strategy via my Farm to Food Bank project created for the Aurora Area Interfaith Food Pantry, which is located in Aurora, Illinois. One of the largest concerns our society faces today is the issue of climate change. However, many are unaware of how food waste contributes to climate change events. 1/3 of the world's food supply gets wasted, which results in 3,300 metric tons of carbon dioxide emissions every year. In addition to carbon dioxide, rotting food emits methane, another potent greenhouse gas. To illustrate the issue a little differently, it has been stated that if food waste were a country, it would be the third largest greenhouse gas emitter behind the US and China. Most food loss occurs during the production stage of the food supply chain. This is the period when food is harvested, processed, and transported before it ever reaches the consumer. Due partially to strict aesthetic standards, 20% of U.S. fruits and vegetables are rejected due to cosmetic flaws. Other contributing factors to production stage food loss include harsh weather, pests, labor and production costs, processing issues, unstable markets, and food safety scares. Food suppliers are also among the first affected by unforeseen disasters like a global pandemic and changing immigration laws, which can result in labor shortages. To address some of these concerns, my project's goal was to reduce food loss in the production stage by forming strategic partnerships between the Aurora Area Interfaith Food Pantry, local food suppliers, and other facilitative organizations. Food pantries can retrieve product surplus from local suppliers through reduced pricing, accepting donations, or providing laborers in exchange for food. Facilitative third-party organizations can assist with food processing and transportation. These partnerships turn an economic and environmental problem into an equitable solution for social well-being. In fact, if less than 1/3 of our wasted food were to be recovered, we would be able to feed every food-insecure American. This project is not the first of its kind. The American Friends Service Committee of Albuquerque, New Mexico started their Farm to Food Bank project in March 2020. The project provides seeds and necessary farm and safety materials to small farms in exchange for donations to local food banks and senior centers. Another organization that has seen major success is FarmLink, a grassroots project started in April by several college students across the nation in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. FarmLink sets up a direct supply chain between farms and food banks, and 100% of their donations go toward purchasing food and paying employee wages and transportation costs. The organization has donated more than 5 million meals and estimates the prevention of more than 17 million pounds of carbon dioxide emissions. Clearly, the Farm to Food Bank model is one that has seen huge positive results nationwide, especially as a direct response to the current pandemic. The two biggest obstacles projects like this face are funding and logistics. Efforts to address these challenges have relied on federal grants, GoFundMe campaigns, and even Facebook donations. As mentioned earlier, my primary partner for this project was the Aurora Area Interfaith Food Pantry, located about an hour west of Chicago, Illinois. AAIFP is a nonprofit organization that was founded in 1981 by multiple churches seeking to create a broader, collaborative platform to meet community needs. The pantry serves several counties in Chicago's west suburbs, and to date has delivered more than 3 million pounds of food to nearly 25,000 individuals in the area. My methods in developing this project relied on collaboration with 3 organizations: AAIFP, FarmLink, which was mentioned earlier, and Natural Direct. The project ran from June through November 2020, and by November 15th, a list was compiled of 13 food suppliers interested in partnership with the food pantry. Communication took place in bi-weekly meetings with AAIFP, emails, and phone interviews with FarmLink and Natural Direct. Research used in the development and implementation of the project was gathered from peer-reviewed articles and case studies. The project was designed with versatility in mind and can be implemented in any location that has charitable food distributors, such as food banks, nonprofit organizations, etc., product surplus from local food suppliers, and third-party organizations that can facilitate transportation and networking opportunities. Through the assistance of FarmLink, the following list of 13 fruit and vegetable suppliers was provided to AAIFP for potential partnership. This list is just the start of what is to come, and the framework has been set for future networking opportunities to reduce food loss and meet the nutritional needs of the community. In addition to the list of food suppliers, 2 important partnerships have been created with FarmLink and Natural Direct, which is a local company that distributes products from family farms and small producers to grocery stores and restaurants. For the food pantry to take advantage of this partnership, funding will need to be set aside to purchase local goods through Natural Direct, which will transport packaged goods to the food pantry. After developing and delivering this project to AAIFP, I have identified several recommendations to ensure the project's continued success. The first and potentially most important recommendation I can make is to commit to regular communication between stakeholders. This communication must be reliable and frequent, and it may be most efficient to appoint a member from within the organization to manage communication between partners. Without consistent and reliable communication, the pantry will not be able to maintain strong relationships with its stakeholders, and the project could fail to meet its full potential. The second recommendation is to establish a budget for food purchase and transportation. The pantry could offset costs by taking advantage of federal grants and programs, strategic partnerships that provide transportation, such as FarmLink, and other fundraising efforts. Though purchasing food deviates from the traditional donor-beneficiary roles that food pantries typically rely on, studies have shown that expanding beyond these roles can increase trust, commitment, strategy, and mission alignment between partners. Another issue for projects such as this to consider is the convenience factor. Small, individually packaged items are easy to distribute, whereas bulk items require sufficient storage space and a large enough workforce to distribute supplies in family-sized portions. In addition to this convenience factor, recipients of the food pantry's distributions may lack the necessary time, skills, and motivation to cook and prepare raw ingredients, which could result in more food waste in the post-distribution stage. Weighing the cost and benefit ratio of these decisions requires an informed understanding of the community's needs and concerns. My last recommendation for the pantry is that they continue to foster community involvement through interactive learning experiences. Examples of opportunities that the pantry is already poised to take advantage of include community gardening, compost guides, and distributed recipe cards. Taking these steps can increase the pantry's overall impact on the community. One opportunity that the pantry could explore is involvement in a community-supported agriculture program. In a CSA, consumers purchase shares in the farm products and/or volunteer labor in exchange for goods. In this way, consumers and suppliers experience shared risks and rewards, and the model fosters direct, meaningful connections between community members. The food pantry could partner with local CSAs through networking referrals and/or labor exchange programs. Food pantries such as AAIFP could step into the role of facilitators, thereby fighting negative societal constructs that rely on the time and money of middle-class volunteers. Involving community members in the food retrieval process empowers lower-class individuals by lessening the gap between those helping and those receiving help. As mentioned earlier in this presentation, the project was developed to be versatile and can be viewed as a framework for future networking endeavors. The framework follows 5 basic steps. First, choose a primary organization, in this case, AAIFP. Next, identify strategic partnerships, both local, national, and federal. Third, establish regular communication between stakeholders and choose a contact to oversee partner communication. Fourth, create a budget and determine the project scope, such as target community size, the number and availability of volunteers and workers, storage capacity, and others. Lastly, explore opportunities for community involvement, particularly interactive learning experiences. Together, these 5 steps create a networking guide for charitable food distributors to become sustainability leaders within their communities. In conclusion, the project's goal to form strategic partnerships and reduce food loss were met, and a framework for continued networking endeavors was provided. The project's focus on sustainability addressed environmental, economic, and social equity concerns. Given the ongoing nature of the project, its continued success is really rooted in the commitment and capabilities of the Aurora Area Interfaith Food Pantry, which has the opportunity to expand beyond mere food distribution into educational, holistic community health. The remaining slides list the resources I relied on for the formation of my project report and this presentation. Thank you for your time and attention.